the CNN headline news one was later that year, I believe. I think that was either 2013 or 2014. Okay. Yeah, there were a bunch that were sort of in succession. Or I'd be on a panel with three other people, and I would kind of, have one of those viral destroys moments.
Was that a big moment too? That one, because that one's like funny.
Which one?
It's like the five. One, I think so. Yeah, it's like panel. 5 people, and the girl's like, "What did she say? Like, I'll take you outside after," or something like that.
Yeah, if by the girl you mean the dude who's burlier than I am. Yes.
What did he or she say?
So. As always, I preface this by saying I only use biological pronouns because they're the only ones that refer to an objective truth. Anyway, what he said was, what happened is it was this whole debate on CNN headline news about Caitlyn Jenner, and it was Caitlyn Jenner been given some sort of Sports Woman of the Year award by ESPN or something, even though Caitlyn Jenner is not engaged in a sporting activity since before I was born. Anyway, Caitlyn Jenner. The question was, just how much of a hero was Caitlyn Jenner? Is Caitlyn Jenner just like a small hero or the greatest hero? Was Caitlyn Jenner like the greatest hero or like a Normandy level hero? Was Caitlyn Jenner like a Normandy level hero or Jesus? Like these were the gradations of the conversation. There was no one on the other side saying what I was saying, which is Caitlyn Jenner is a person who is possibly suffering from gender dysphoria, and it doesn't seem like an act of heroism to suffer from a mental disorder. And so this is a funny story, actually. So they call me and they want to have me on a panel about Caitlyn Jenner. Fine. All right. So I come in, the producer comes in and he's like, I just want to tell you, I want you to say whatever you want to say, man. Like, I this is a hot show and we want you to say whatever you want to say. And then he said something that should have tipped me off as to where this was going to go. He said, I used to be a producer on Jerry Springer. And okay, fine. So all right. So they sit me down and it's a panel of, let's see, it's like 5 people plus Dr. Drew.
It looked like a Jerry Springer type vibe.
Yeah. And so they sent me deliberately right next to Zoe Tur, who is a transgender woman, meaning a biological male who believes that he's a female. And so this conversation is going, and it's going for a while. And just how heroic is it? Like the heroism level of like the Battle of the Bulge, or heroism level of like being dropped behind the lines in World War I. Like, and so finally they come to me and I said, I don't really see what we're talking about in terms of heroism. It seems like instead what we have here is society that would like to restructure itself to support a delusion. And this notion that I'm supposed to pretend that Caitlyn Jenner is a woman when Caitlyn Jenner is clearly a man is very foolish to me. And everybody aghast. No one could say it. It's terrible to say this. And Zoe Tur turns to me and says, and I said, Caitlyn Jenner, you can go view the video. It's pretty funny. I said Caitlyn Jenner, is a biological male. Every cell in Caitlyn Jenner's body includes a Y chromosome, with ironically the exception of some of his sperm cells. Right. And Zoe Tur turns to me and says, well, you don't know anything about genetics, little boy. You don't know anything about science, little boy. And he just kept saying little boy over it. And so finally I turned to him and I said, well, what are your genetics, sir? And he grabs me by the back of the neck. And he says, if you say anything like that again, I'll send you home in an ambulance.
All right.
And
what'd you say? You're like, that seems mildly inappropriate for political.
Yeah. I said, this seems mildly inappropriate for a political conversation. I mean, honestly, it took me aback so much. Like, you don't go on to a TV show expecting to be physically assaulted typically. It's not how you think your night's going to go. Like when I got up that morning, I'm like, yeah, a transgender woman's going to grab me by the neck and threaten me on national TV.
But that was so viral, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, my first thought when he said, if you don't cut that out, little boy, I'm going to send you home in an ambulance. That doesn't even make any sense. You don't go home in an ambulance. You go to the hospital in an ambulance. It's not even right. Anyway, it was weird. Then he continued to and then the entire panel was upset with me for having, quote unquote, provoked. And then afterward, on the way out, Zoe turns to me and growls at me. He's like, I'll see you in the parking lot. And like, first of all, not very ladylike behavior. But number two, like, I'm not going to the parking lot. What? Why would I meet you in the parking lot?
Yeah.
I'm like, go fight you?
Were you intimidated?
Were
you intimidated?
I was puzzled.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say intimidated as much as like, this is, again, very, very weird. There are aspects of my life that are very much like a fever dream. That was definitely one of the more fever dream aspects of my, that was a weird one.